Madeline. The Cousins. Adapted by Ronit Lev and told in St. Louis. In an old house in St. Louis that was covered with vines lived 7 little cousins in 2 straight lines. In 2 straight lines, they broke their bread and brushed their teeth and went to bed. They smiled at the good and frowned at the bad. And sometimes they were really sad. They left the house at 9:30 in 2 straight lines in rain or shine. The smallest ones were Karen and Daniela. They were not afraid of mice. They loved winter, snow, and ice. To the tiger at the zoo, Karen and Daniela said, "Hoo hoo." And no one knew so well how to frighten Aunt Anna. In the middle of the night, Aunt Anna turned on the light and said,
"Something is not quite right."
Karen and Daniela sat in bed. They cried, then cried. Their eyes were red. And soon Dr. Lee came inside. He checked the girls, said open wide. He called the hospital to be first. It's an appendix about to burst.
The girls have an appendix about to burst.
He called the hospital to be first. The girls had an appendix about to burst.
Everybody had to cry. Not a single eye was dry. Karen and Daniela were in his arms, in a blanket, safe and warm. In a car with a red light, they drove out into the night. Karen and Daniela woke up in 2 hours, later in a room with flowers. Karen soon ate, and Daniela drank. On their bed, there was a crank. And a crack on the ceiling had the habit of sometimes looking like a rabbit. Outside were birds, trees, and sky, and so 10 days passed quickly by. One nice morning, Miss Anat said, "Isn't this a fine day to visit Karen and Daniela?" Visitors from 2 to 4 read a sign outside their door. Tiptoeing with solemn face, with some flowers and a vase. In they walked, and then said, "Ah!" when they saw the toys and candy and the dollhouse from Papa.
Give me that
When they
But the biggest surprise by far, on their stomach was a scar. Goodbye, they said, and we'll come again. And the 7 little cousins left in the rain.
To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season turn.
They went home and broke their bread, brushed their teeth, and went to bed. In the middle of the night, Aunt Anat turned on the light and said,
Something is not right.
and afraid of a disaster, Aunt Anat ran fast and faster. And she said, "Please, children, do tell me what's troubling you." And the cousins cried, "Boo-hoo! We want to have our appendix out
we
too."
want our appendix out too.
Good night, little cousins. Thank Hashem you are well. And now go to sleep. Aunt Anat did yell. And she turned out the light and closed the door. And that's all there is. There isn't any more.
Life is fine. 12 of us in 2 straight lines. The bravest of all is Madeline. Life is cool. Cuckoo face, Pepito chases, circus faces, and saving school. In 2 straight lines we break our bread. In 2 straight lines we go.